guys, and welcome to Bitcoin Daily Analysis with Block Party Trading. You can tell that I've had a few days off. I've had my head deep in some code, finishing off the 7 Pro indicators for Block Party we've just released, all included within the premium membership. Check out the free channel, t.me/blockpartytrading.com. Just trade on that. And or you'll find all the links in the description below anyway, as I clearly can't get my words out today. Anyway, more to the point, we're here to talk about Bitcoin daily. It's the 27th today, and it's been quite an interesting journey for Bitcoin so far. There was a fantastic daily yesterday by Crypto Nick, one of our, well, the one of the 3 Block Party traders. And, you know, he kind of summed it up as it was a bit of a mess, to be honest. We're kind of like wanting to see a bit of a direction. We're somewhere in between a symmetrical triangle and like potentially forming this descending triangle that we're seeing now. Whilst in all its glory, it's technically, a bullish descending triangle. Is that going to be the case? We don't really know. So we'll have a little bit of a look into what I think it might happen and what I think it will need to happen in order to go in each other way. So let's just pop on the alpha pullback and we'll see what pops up. So straight off with the back, we can see, these key kind of support and resistance lines and, what we've been doing. But what's important about what I want to look at today is, we've seen this bullish Gartley kind of appear here and it pings down. We saw this symmetrical triangle appear here and, it pinged down there. So what we're kind of learning is over this relatively short period is that Bitcoin seems to be following these patterns like quite militantly. Now, with that in mind, when we're coming into this pretty much pitch perfect descending triangle here, it goes to show that we will be following this pattern, I believe, quite accurately. But which way it's going to go, I'm not 100% sure. We've got a couple of things that are playing for and against Bitcoin. And I think a lot of what's been happening to Bitcoin lately, whilst traders have been following these patterns quite closely, external influences have been playing the biggest part within Bitcoin, most notably institutions. We have seen if you follow the daily analysis on our free channel, then you'll be able to see in depth more of the fundamentals I'm talking about. But one of the keynotes is, Marathon institution joining the race, MicroStrategy buying some more. And it does seem that there is this very key level of support set around about the 31K, we'll say for argument's sake, which institutions do not like it going below. So whether this is their kind of like getting a little bit too close for comfort to their average buy price, who knows, and they want to drive the price back up, that would probably be the most logical thing. So what could happen? Well, the reality is if we break this 31K support, we're going to see a lot of blood in the market. It will break down quite quickly to 28K. And I think we all know that if we lose this 28K, then it is in a bit of trouble. Now, as you can see with the alpha pullback we've seen this monthly pivot appear. We generally know that monthly pivots, untested ones at least, will get tested around about 90% of the time. So there is a very good chance that this could get tested over the next 3-4 days. And this is just based on probability. It's not kind of the price has to go there, but generally these things act like a bit of a magnet at the best of times. Not often the case in parabolic markets, but as we can see, this has started to chill out a little bit around about here. So this could well be the case. So, leverage trading and Bitcoin at the moment, I think's a bit of a scary idea or scary concept. So if you're a bit of a cowboy, by all means, pull the trigger. But, I can't tell you 100% which direction it's going to be going right now. What else we got? We'll pop on the alpha scalper. And this gives a handy little indication of what consolidation is doing with these Bollinger Band squeezes. And as we can see, we're in a big consolidation period. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out with the way that these kind of trend lines and support lines are consolidating here anyway. But it just goes to show that if that's some analysis you did at home and, you're right. Done a pretty loose trend line on the volume down here. If we just kind of neglect this one particular spike here, then we can, as we can see, this is clearly an institution buy that's picked it up here. So I don't tend to include that so much, as I see it as a bit of an anomaly. But as we can see, this is consolidating down. So we're expecting a big move one way or the other. Again, I don't know. It could just take as much as Biden finally putting out the stimulus checks for it to like absolutely boom, or it could take as much as Mt. Gox finally, sending out all of their Bitcoin to all of these people that are owed it. So it really could go one way or the other at the moment. But let's just have a look at some other kind of factors which are playing at the moment. So as we can see at the moment, this is like super bad news for alts. Like we've got dominance going up and we've got price going down. This is kind of the worst mix for alts. As you can see here, this is just dumping. Hopefully we might find some support here. If we don't, then alts are going to be in trouble. We can just reference our little chart here, as you can see. So dominance increases, price decreases, alts will dump. So again, guys, leverage trading, probably not a good idea over the next few days until we at least see what Bitcoin's hand is going to play. Finally, we'll just visit our tensor charts just quickly, and we'll see what this is saying. So if we scroll out a little bit here, so I've got this setting to 200 Bitcoin buys on the 100 kind of reduction. So we'll be having a look at every $100 margin level, sorry, should I say. And we can see there's three kind of 200 minimum, three 200 BTC minimum buy walls set here, nothing above, which kind of shows that the sentiment is a bit bearish as to where we're looking at. Obviously, you'd think buy walls means bullish. Not always the case, unfortunately, because this is where they are expecting the price to be going. So at 30,500, we're seeing a buy wall. Quite obviously at 28K, just above it, that's kind of a textbook buy wall right there. And then quite well, so we've got 28K there, and then 29K, which is just above that support just there. And then, like I said, 28K just in, quite a lot down at 28K. So people are definitely ready for this 28K visit, which again sits around about, if I'm not wrong, I think around about where the monthly pivot sits as well. Let's get that on, get this off. Yeah, it's getting very, very close to that monthly pivot, isn't it? So we could see a wick right down to here. Worst case scenario, well, not worst case scenario, but a very realistic scenario, we could be looking at around about 27K visit over the coming days, should this break down. Should it break up, though, then we are looking a lot more positive, and we will be probably revisiting 34K, 35K maybe quite quickly. But this, to be quite honest, is my general sentiment for Bitcoin and where it's going over the next day or so. And as we can see, as we're talking, this is testing the support. So just be careful with your alt trades at the moment, guys. I'm not saying short it, because we can see a bounce here. We are sat on support right now. This is a 50-50 situation. So anyway, good luck out there and stay safe. And thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.